Welcome back, everybody, to Open Line. 737 Plus is the phone number if you'd like to talk with us about this new program through the Metro Action Commission, helping people get caught up on their back rent and utility payments. A lot of folks out there suffering in this pandemic. Lisa McCrady continues on with us. Let's go ahead and before I forget and get to our, we do have a caller on hold, so we'll get to that caller in just a moment. We want to put the information up on the screen. I told people at the beginning, have a pen and paper ready. This is the HOPE Rental Assistance Program number. It's 615-862-RENT. That's 862-7368. The online application is at hope.nashville.gov. And again, if you don't have access to a computer or you are just not feeling comfortable, you're not tech savvy or might have some trouble, you can call and they will help guide you through the application process. Some people may wonder, Lisa, do they have to pay the money back?
No, they absolutely do not. It's a grant that we've received and it doesn't require a repayment. And so it truly is a recovery program. It truly is trying to get us back on our feet. We've suffered for a really long time. And so many applicants, they get to breathe a sigh of relief. Also knowing, not just knowing that their rent has been paid, but that there's no repayment obligations.
Yeah. Are there any tax implications?
No.
That's fantastic.
It's not. It's a part of a grant program, and because we're paying the rent, the landlord directly, there's no pass-through.
That's fantastic. Yeah. All right, let's go back to the phones. And Christina. Hi, Christina. Welcome.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead. What's on your mind?
Yes, I was just calling in regards to the utility help.
Yeah.
With COVID.
Go ahead.
I want to see what the qualifications. I missed some of the program, so.
Okay.
I'm on disability myself.
Okay. And are you working right now?
No, I'm not.
You're not. Okay. And are you? What are you? Any particular utility bill that you're past due on?
Of course, electricity is.
Okay. Electricity.
No,
okay. Let's listen in to what Lisa has to say.
So it's two opportunities. And so if you've not been impacted by COVID in any way, our traditional program, which is our energy assistance program, would be able to help. And so someone who's on disability, likely you would qualify for that assistance. And so what we would need is your most current utility bill, copies of your Social Security number, your proof of Social Security cards for everyone that's in the home, copies of your proof of income, which is the disability letter that you receive every year that says how much you receive. And the application. And so we could send that application to you. You can come to our office. And that's one way. If you've been impacted by COVID, and especially if you have a past due payment of upwards of 12 months behind, the HOPE program is the program that we would recommend for you. And so impacted by COVID, again, it doesn't only mean that you've actually had COVID. It could be some other, maybe you've had medical bills that that's connected to something that can be related to COVID, or someone in your home or some other situation. So if you've had a connection in any kind of way with COVID being an impact to your financial situation, the HOPE program is there for you.
Yeah, so please take advantage of it. So at what level of Metro government, who makes sure that we're staying in touch with the Department of Treasury and that they know, okay, we're going to need more money here in a few months? Is it the mayor's office, or do you directly, like you said, you're planning ahead, you want it to be seamless, you want more funds to come in so you can continue to help people? So how does that process work?
So ultimately, it is the mayor's office or the city of Nashville, because they receive the money on our behalf. And so, but we're in regular conversations with them, letting them know how we're doing. And so they would know based upon our reporting to them when it's time for the additional funding to come in.
So if someone this week started with this phase 3, now that you opened the portal March 15th on Monday, and let's say within the last few days someone got their application in, they can hopefully expect to get some help, some financial help between half a month to a month. You said 15 to 30 days is what you're looking at.
That's what we're looking at right now. And so definitely as we get into the process a little bit further, it could be less than that. This system is robust for it to have a seamless kind of transition. But again, this is largely dependent on the documentation. And so that's why we're really wanting to make sure that people understand what they need to have in order to apply. And so when you go to the portal at hope.nashville.gov, it has a lot of instructions on make sure you have these documents available, both on the tenant side and the landlord side. We even have how-to videos that shows you how to navigate the portal, how to save your documents so that you can go back and attach them. We will have a how-to on even how to set up your email if you want to make sure that you're able to go in at a later time to check the status and everything. Certainly, again, the email is not required, but it does allow you to have some additional functionality if you set up an actual account through our Hub Nashville.
And I would think that there's some people who are applying for various reasons. Maybe they got hit by the tornado or whatever. They just don't have access to those documents. So they have to start a process of first taking a step back and working with the state or the federal government in order to get a social security card, even though you said the number's not, but ID, whatever, certain documents, maybe they haven't kept up with the letters that the landlord sent them, like you said, to show that documentation. So a lot of people are already a couple steps behind.
Yeah, and so that's the reason why our call center is so important. And so if there are documents that an applicant is having trouble receiving, we want you to call our helpline, our service line, and so we can see what we can do. Again, having other support staff, a person that's specifically watching the court pieces, and so if you're already in the event phases or you're facing it, we have a person, two people actually, that are specifically working with the court system. We have a person that's specifically working with the landlords. And so we also have support people that are specifically working with other components of the application. We want to provide as much support because again, Nashville, we Davidson County, we've gone through a whole lot. And so to your point, there may have been some things that already were at a deficit even before the pandemic happened. The pandemic happened and it just, widens.
Yeah, sure did. All right, we got another caller here before our final break, and that is Donald. Hi, Donald. Thanks for calling in.
How you?
Doing well. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. We've been evicted from our house, and we had to, of course, take what little bit of money we have got and get us another place to live. But we're left on with a balance of rent and stuff, and I was wondering if there any help available for such as.
Are you in Metro Nashville in Davidson County?
Actually, no, sir. I'm in Dixon County.
Okay.
I don't know of anyone else to contact. I've seen this on TV there, so I thought.
It's a good question. Someone from Rutherford County called and asked a similar question. We'll go ahead and Lisa will guide you.
I appreciate the question. Another thing that we've gotten guidance on from the Treasury Department is that families who are facing homeless or who are currently homeless in this particular situation to where they have already been evicted or they're facing domestic violence issues and had to leave their place and, so different things. And so homelessness prevention and recovery is also a part of this funding. And so I would encourage you to go to our hope.nashville.gov portal because there's some information there on the other organizations within our network that can help. And so there is a program that's specific to Dixon County. That's operated, that particular county is administered through the THDA department. So if you wanted to do THDA COVID, Google that will take you right to that particular department and you can begin discussing with them. Or if you can't find it doesn't come up on your Google, again, go to our either our hope.nashville.gov or you can go to the Metro Action page, or you can call us and we can connect you with the organization that covers Dickson County. But again, the Treasury Department, I'm really proud that we have been able to have this opportunity, because they are really trying to be as comprehensive as possible. And so having a homelessness component to this funding that particularly could help in this particular situation, that is huge. Because even someone who's staying in an extended stay hotel could apply. If you're staying in have a room that you're staying in within someone's home, you can apply. If you're staying in a motel and that's your place of residence, you can apply. And so home, the description of home and rent is not just your traditional 12-month lease kind of situation, or an apartment or a home. It can look different based upon what you're calling your dwelling place.
How much do you keep in touch with similar sized, maybe Memphis, Chattanooga, Knoxville, to see what they're doing as well, just to kind of, maybe for best practices?
We're actually in regular communication. Our executive director meets with all of their leaders at least weekly. And they were meeting even more frequently before we all launched our programs, because for us, it's important to have a coordinated effort throughout our state, the volunteer state, and as a native Nashvilleian, this is just so representative of just what we have done. We've always come together trying to figure out how we can have the most impact to individuals when they are in need. And so regularly we are meeting with them just to make sure that we're in sync and that we know about their programs. That's why it's important for us to be able to point people to other places if they're not a Davidson County resident, because this is needed. So yeah, we're in regular contact with them.
Well, it is exciting, $20.8 million, and this phased approach really seems smart, and it seems like it's working really well now that we're into phase 3. And we wish you so much luck, and we hope you'll come back again soon. And I'm going to remind everyone after the break, we're going to say goodbye to Lisa, but after the break, have the pen and paper ready. We're going to put up that info once again. Lisa, thank you so much for your time. Thank you, callers. Thank you, Rhori. We will be back to wrap things up with that info right after this.